Today's episode is brought to you by Progressive, where drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. Quote now at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Thanks for supporting the Fable and Folly Network. Here's another show we know you'll love.
Where am I? Welcome to Desert Skies, traveler. Your journey through the physical plane has come to an end. I am the attendant. My colleague here is the mechanic.
Yo.
This is your last stop on your way to the great beyond. It's our job to make sure you're prepared for the ride. Now, before hitting the road, we have an impressive selection of over 34 varieties of microwavable burritos. What's going on?
There's gotta be a better afterlife than this. I mean, come on!
That's offensive.
Something seems to be wrong with me.
You left something major undone.
I have a life outside of this gas station, you know.
You quite literally do not.
Any hobbies?
Nope.
Ever travel?
Nope.
Love interest?
Are you kidding?
Oh my god. You're like the human version of a plain bagel.
Cash register.
How can I help you, attendant?
Play some music?
You got it. It's kind of funny, though. What I needed wasn't back there. It was here, waiting for me.
I wonder what it feels like, Mac, to miss the physical plane, the people you left behind.
You know, I had a wife who died 3 years ago.
Wish I could go back.
No, you don't need to go back. You just need to be here.
And a new traveler approaches. Ready, team?
Ready.
Attendant.
Good. Let's do this.
Find Desert Skies wherever you listen to podcasts.
Stories. We all have them. Some are tall tales, some only short stuffs. But that doesn't mean you can't reach for your dreams. I dunked a basketball yesterday. Or maybe it was a donut. The Circle of Stories. Welcome to FUZZTOWN Stories. Today's tale, We Are Not Alone, But We Feel Alone, Part 3.
What follows is the third installment in a series of letters sent to the editors of Mind magazine, a paranormal zine that was published in the mid-1990s. For best comprehension of the material, we suggest you start with Part 1. This letter is recited verbatim without commentary. Dear editors, something amazing happened. Well, amazing for me. There's something unique about Canadian pudding. It tastes different. I don't know if it's because of the beaver glands they use to thicken it or if it's just the maple-tinged air. There's just something about the air. I met up with Maria after breakfast at the hotel. They had like 6 types of cereal. Maria, as I've told you, contacted me about
the Trogus.
About a year ago. She read an article about me in Transdimensional Monthly, and we exchanged letters for a while. I didn't know what to expect. Waiting in the lobby, I flipped through a book of top things to do in Toronto. But none of the pages held my attention. I kept looking up, waiting for her. Would she even come? Was she even real? She was. She drove a small blue car. I'm not good with cars, but it was your standard car, nothing too flashy. I'm not good at describing people. Lucky, I never had to describe a criminal or anything, but she was more than I hoped, but yet not like magic. She was just a person, and that was sort of more amazing to me than if she was like impossibly beautiful or something. I must have imagined her 1,000 ways, and yet there she was, and it was better because this was her, and she was real. Okay, we drove around. We visited the CN Tower. It's the tallest something or other, and there's a glass floor. And we had coffee and Timbits. They're like donut holes, but they call them Timbits because this guy, Tim Horton, made them, I guess. He, invented donuts or brought them to Canada or maybe he smuggled them to the New World, probably. Back in Columbus times. Anyway, he's a national hero or something. We talked about aliens too, of course. Her voice was like an oboe. It sounded like that. She didn't eat, even when we went to Old Spaghetti Factory for dinner, which is weird because it's not old or a factory. It's just sort of a restaurant, but they have good spaghetti. She only ate toward the end of our date. Not date. Our time. Interview? Our talk. Our full day talk. We were at dinner somewhere near the hotel, and she orders a bowl of chocolate pudding, and she scarfs it. She loved that pudding the way some ladies like diamonds or flowers. I'm not sure when I fell in love with her. Maybe it was always. Maybe it's like magnets. Magnets are attracted to each other before they even know each other. That's science. They're going to grab and stick like best friend magnets, even if they're stranger magnets. I watched her eat that pudding, and I knew. The Trogus didn't want trouble. They want pudding. We parked on some quiet street, and she talked about her planet, about their history. She showed me her gills and let me rub my fingers across them. We kissed. Not because of figuring out the differences between our species, but because we wanted to. She said the universe was large and there are scary and giant things out there. She said they were how they were, that space is full of all sorts of beautiful, weird, and terrible things. The Powati spend their entire time exploring and love the way the salt feels between their toes. The Null want to erase all life. The Trogus, they just wanted pudding. And sometimes to cuddle. She told me about the triple moons of Lowell, Agon, and V. She got out of the car and I followed her. The night air was crisp and she looked up between the leaves of the trees and she pointed. Somewhere around there, she said. It's so far now. All of everyone she used to know was on an invisible round rock circling a dim star. All that history, all those lives, gone.
The Fable and Folly Network supports creators of exceptional audio stories, including the one you're listening to right now. If you love our shows, we want to hear from you. Complete our listener survey at fableandfolly.com/survey. This will help us learn more about you, what you like, what you'd like to hear more of, and how we can maintain an inclusive, safe atmosphere. As a thank you for your participation, we have extras and behind-the-scenes content from your favorite shows. Fans make the network what it is. Thanks for listening, and we can't wait to hear from you. Find our listener survey at fableandfolly.com/survey today. Looking to get out of the ads and back to the story? Fable and Folly Plus is a new way to support the creators you love. The podcast you're listening to right now and more than 60 others can be heard ad-free for as little as $4 a month by visiting fableandfolly.com/plus. And now, Fall of the House of Sunshine is offering episode commentary to Fable and Folly Plus supporters, still entirely ad-free. Fable and Folly Plus. Sign up today at fableandfolly.com/plus.
I don't know why aliens come to Earth. Probably lots of reasons. And maybe they should do it properly. They should ask. But she was there and she lived a good life. She worked in real estate. She pays taxes. She plays hockey. She's like any other Canadian. Maybe it's different here. Canada. Like I said, the air isn't quite the same. She dropped me off around 2 a.m. It was hard to go. I wanted to sit in that car with her for another 100 years. How do you tell a magnet to turn off being a magnet, unstick, and go inside? How does that magnet ever go back to being just a regular magnet again, huh? Like when it goes back to being around other rocks that aren't magnetic. All the rest of its life, that magnet feels that pull. Before I left, though, she held my hand and said, there's something weird, that when humans touch a Trogus, they bond with them. They can sense them, even when they're far away. they connect with them. No one knows why, but they feel them. I feel her still out there. Like how a bat knows where the best bugs are, and even when it's totally black. I feel her out there. I can't explain it. And even if I could, I don't think I want to. Because explaining it would just make it seem less than it is. And it's rare to have a perfect day. We pretend. So much of our life is pretending. To be tough. To be cool, or... With her, it all felt like the pretending was pretend. I didn't get all the answers, but now I'm full of questions, and that makes me feel more real. Used to be, I would just wake up, work, sleep, repeat. Now, I feel like I've been awake for a long time, and that can be hard. But now I wouldn't say happy. Happy is those mountains in the distance. They're always sort of on the horizon. But I feel like I live closer to the mountains than ever before. I might never see Maria again, but I'll always feel her out there. I don't think I'll write again. I found something here, and I need to follow it for as long as I can. I hope you find what I have right now. It might not last, but I can't go back. One way or another, I'm somewhere new now. Thank you for everything. And stop writing about ghost hunters, that's dumb! Anyway, goodbye. Your friend, Martin Felton.
FUZZTOWN Stories is a Roy Gold production. It was written by Jonathan Goldberg with music by David Origlieri. Today's episode was read by James Oliva. Find out more about the show and cast at podmusical.com. Find out more about that theory your aunt has about vaccines before you repeat it at Thanksgiving, dummy! As always, thanks for listening and have a suntabulous bicuspid of a day.
Can't get enough fall the House of Sunshine? Then join me, New Molar historian Lyman Keys in the Himalaya Plus section, where you'll get commentaries, special exclusive episodes where I answer your questions about New Molar and beyond, as well as a community to chat with fellow Sunshine fans. Join Himalaya Plus and speak with the creators about the show and get exclusive updates and access. I'll see you in Himalaya Plus. Lyman Keys, Lyman at you in Himalaya Plus.
The Fable and Folly Network, where fiction producers flourish.